Welcome to our English podcast. I am very happy to be with you today. In this episode, we have a very long and beautiful story to practice your listening skills. Today's topic is at the market. We are going to follow Tom on his shopping adventure. But before we start the story, let's look at our 5 focus words for today. Please listen carefully. Buy. Price. How much? Want. Need. Part 1. The morning panic and the list. Tom is a young man. Today is Saturday, and Tom has a big plan. Tonight, his family is coming to his house. His mother, his father, and his sister are coming for dinner. But there is another guest. Tom's new girlfriend, Lisa, is also coming. This is the first time the family is meeting Lisa. Tom is very nervous. He wants everything to be perfect. Tom goes to his kitchen at 8 a.m. He opens his fridge. It is completely empty. There is no food, no milk, and no vegetables. Tom says to himself that this is a disaster. He says he needs to go to the market immediately. He sits down and starts to write a shopping list. He thinks about the dinner. He wants to make pasta with a special meat sauce. So, he writes beef on his list. He also writes onions and tomatoes. Then, he thinks about dessert. He knows that his mother loves fruit. He knows that Lisa loves sweets. He decides to make a big apple pie. For the pie, he writes green apples, butter, sugar, and flour on his list. Tom looks at his list, and then he looks at his wallet. He counts his money. He has $65. He asks himself, how much is the meat today? How much are the apples? He hoped the price is not too high. He takes his bags and leaves the house. Part 2. The fruit section and the quality check. Tom is now inside the market. It is a very big and busy place. First, he walks to the fruit section. He sees many colors. He sees red, green, and yellow apples. Tom remembers his list. He needs green apples for the pie. He finds a worker and asks about the price. The worker tells him that the apples are $2 for 1 kilo. Tom thinks this is a very good price. He decides to buy 2 kilos. Next, Tom looks for onions. He sees a bag of onions for $1. He puts the onions in his basket. Now, he looks for tomatoes. He sees 2 types of tomatoes. The normal tomatoes are cheap, but the organic tomatoes are expensive. The price of the organic tomatoes is $5. Tom thinks for a moment. He says to himself that he wants the best food for Lisa and his family. He doesn't need the cheap ones. So, he chooses the organic tomatoes. While walking, Tom sees some beautiful roses. He thinks about Lisa. He wants to buy flowers for her. But he looks at the price tag. The roses are $15. Tom says to himself that $15 is a lot of money. He says he needs to buy the meat first. He decides that the flowers are a want, but the meat is a need. He continues walking to the butcher. Part 3. The Ghost from the Past. The Meeting. Tom is walking slowly. He is thinking about his pasta sauce. Suddenly, a woman calls his name. It is Sarah. Sarah was Tom's girlfriend a long time ago. Sarah looks at Tom's basket and laughs. She asks him why he is buying so much food. Tom tells her the story. He explains that his family is meeting his new girlfriend tonight. He says he is very nervous. Sarah asks him what he is cooking. Tom tells her about the pasta and the apple pie. Sarah gives him some advice. She tells him not to buy cheap butter. She says the price of good butter is higher, but the taste is much better for the pie. She also tells him to use a lot of sugar. Tom thanks Sarah for the advice. He tells her it was very nice to see her. Sarah wishes him good luck with the dinner and the new girlfriend. They say goodbye, and Sarah walks away. Tom feels a little bit strange after seeing Sarah, but he doesn't stop. He goes to the butcher. He tells the butcher that he needs 1 kilo of beef for his sauce. The butcher says the price is $20 because the quality is very high. Tom says that $20 is expensive, but he decides to buy it anyway. Part 4. The long wait at the checkout. Now, Tom's basket is very heavy. He has the meat, the apples, the butter, the sugar, the onions, and the pasta. He looks at his list and everything is finished. He's ready to go home and cook. But when Tom goes to the front of the market, he sees a big problem. The lines are very, very long. Tom looks at his watch. He says he needs to go home quickly because he has a lot of work. He finds a line and waits. In front of him, there is an old lady. She is very slow. She asks the cashier about the price of everything. She asks, "How much is this bread?" and "How much is this milk?" When the cashier tells her the price, the lady says she doesn't want the milk because it is too expensive. Tom waits and waits. He sees a man with 50 boxes of cereal. The cashier is scanning every box. Beep, beep, beep. Tom is getting a little bit angry, but he stays quiet. He thinks about his dinner, and he thinks about Lisa. Finally, it is Tom's turn. The cashier asks him how he is. Tom says he is a bit tired of waiting. The cashier scans all of Tom's items. He tells Tom that the total price is $42. Tom gives the cashier $50. The cashier gives him $8 back. Tom puts everything in his bags and runs to his car. Part 5. The dinner and the happy ending. Tom is now at home. He is working very hard in the kitchen. He is chopping the onions and the tomatoes. He is cooking the meat in a big pan. The smell of the sauce is filling the whole house. Then he starts the apple pie. He remembers Sarah's words. He uses a lot of butter and a lot of sugar. He puts the pie in the oven and waits. Soon, the house smells like cinnamon and sweet apples. At 7 p.m., the doorbell rings. It is Tom's mother, father, and his sister, Amy. A few minutes later, Lisa arrives. She looks beautiful in a red dress. Tom is very happy to see her. They all sit at the table. Tom brings the pasta. His father tastes the meat and says it is perfect. He asks Tom, "How much time did you spend cooking this?" Tom tells his father that he worked for 3 hours. Everyone is talking and laughing. Tom's family really likes Lisa, and Lisa is having a great time. Finally, Tom brings the hot apple pie to the table. His mother is very excited because apple pie is her favorite. Lisa asks Tom if he bought the pie at a bakery. Tom smiles and says no. He tells her that he went to the market, bought all the ingredients, and made it himself. Tom is very tired, but he is very happy. He thinks about his day. He thinks about the high price of the meat, the long line at the market, and seeing Sarah. He says to himself that it was a very long day, but a very perfect day.